Sa mga repa. So, today, baba tayo. Fix the bike. Okay, actually, kanina ko pa siya inumpisahan baklasin. Kaso naiwan ko yung phone ko sa taas. So I had to come back for it. Anyway, there it is. Sa wakas natanggal ko na yung yung upuan. Backstory tayo ng konti kasi a few months ago, palit ako ng battery, di ba? Ang naging problema was yung tindahan na pinagpalit ako ng battery. Masyado mahigpit yung nilagay nila or yung pagkakakabit nila ng tornilyo ng upuan. So, kind of took me a while before I realized na ganun nga. And only when I wanted to replace yung air filter box, which we'll do later, binalik ko siya sa tindahan after so many months. And then tsaka lang natanggal yung yung tornilyo. It's let me show you this. Yan. Yung mga tornilyo dyan. Okay. Sobrang higpit nila. I was able to remove one yun nandito. I did that yesterday. Kaso, yun nga. Ang kabila naman, sobrang higpit. Bumilog talaga yung ulo. So, ginawa nila ng paraan. Na-remove ko na may upuan. And they were courteous enough to replace yung tornilyo. So, ngayon bago na siya. Medyo iba na yung style. Same tap threads. So, it's all okay. So, we're gonna need some tools. Bumili na ako ng Allen bits that I could use with my ratchet set. Kasi, yung mga maliliit na Allen bits, ang hirap gamitin pang gawa ng motor. Kulang sa puwersa eh. Kasi nga maliit, diba? So, ito yung air filter box that we're gonna replace. Actually, ito yung takip, yung top portion ng cover. There's the Yamaha part number if you're interested. And then we might be looking into replacing the air filter too. Actually, daming piyesa na itong bag na to. Yeah, from Y-Zone. And yeah, let's go ahead and see what we're gonna do about this this bike now. Okay, so para matanggal natin yung air filter box, kailangan natin tanggalin muna, of course, yung tank. Dalawang Allen bolts here and there, and then dito dalawa din. That's what's holding the tank up. You could see ito yung Allen key na sinasabi ko. Okay, mahaba siya, so more leverage para hindi kayo masyadong hirap. I would highly suggest you do the same, or if you have a comparable tool like yung mga T-shaped Allen wrenches, goods din yung pare.
10 seconds later.
So natanggalin natin yung tank. You can place it like this. Okay lang naman siya. That'll be just fine. Konting tip lang if you're gonna do something like this na magtatanggal kayo ng tanke and everything. Siguraduhin niyo na medyo mababa yung tank level natin. Para hindi mabigat yung tanke. B, para hindi rin siya mahulog. So this is what it looks like. And if you'd seen yung previous videos ko, like yung older videos natin, you would see yung bike na nagre-rev, diba, sa intro. So, at the time, stock exhaust pa yung ginagamit ko. Of course, syempre ngayon kasi hindi na ako naka-stock exhaust, diba? Kaya medyo may konting ingay na siya. But, yeah, back then, naka-stock exhaust tayo. And some of you may have noticed na iba yung tunog ng bike sa video kahit na stock exhaust siya. That's because I kind of modded the air filter box natin. So, this is the box itself, the top cover. That was because bukas kasi air filter box, and I did that mainly para lang magkaroon ng tunog yung bike kasi sobrang tahimik niya by and in itself. So binuksan mo ito ng ganito, you chop off some portion of the air filter box, nagkakaroon siya ng slightly throaty sound na medyo maingay naman actually. Nadidinig siya from outside, or at least medyo some distance from the bike. Although of course hindi siya kasing ingay ng talagang exhaust system. Also, it sounds different kasi this would produce induction noise yung ganito. Okay, yung higop ng hangin into the engine, that's what you're hearing. Nagre-reverberate lang kasi nga bukas yung top ng air filter box natin. This is kind of okay. I ran with this setup for, a little over a year. Okay naman siya. Although, I would say na when you do this, magli-lean out yung air-fuel mixture mo. Unfortunately, hindi ko siya na-measure specifically. But, you know, common sense dictates na even though yung makina natin is fuel injected and gumagamit siya ng mass airflow sensor to measure the incoming air, the fact na mas malaki yung pumapasok na hangin ngayon, mas marami, it doesn't mean naman na makakapag-adjust yung fuel system natin to pump out the correct amount of fuel to correct yung mas maraming airflow. Okay? So it doesn't mean the bike will run faster. It doesn't mean that the bike would be any more powerful. Actually, if anything, you might be losing power because of this. Kasi yung airflow, okay, masyado na siyang free. And due to Bernoulli's principle, look it up if you don't know about it. Actually, babagal yung airflow going into the engine, which your engine needs to produce power. Kung gusto nyo itong gawin, okay lang, trip. Pero don't take my word for it, and I don't think your bike will become any faster than what it is right now. You know, you can read all about this, and I'm just saying this off the top of my head. So, palitan na natin siya. Okay, but let's take a look at the stock air filter box. So, ito siya talaga. Okay? You know, wala siyang butas at all apart from these two breathing holes from the top, which should be okay kasi kinakalculate naman ito for the size of your engine, for your displacement, diba? And whatnot. So since stock bore tayo, stock ECU, stock everything, you know, this actually works, you know, best in terms of economy and power. Talagang balance siya, pare. This one, you know, pag trip mo or heavily modified yung makina mo, let's say nag-bore up ka or nagpalit ka ng ECU, yeah, you know, maybe this makes sense. Alright, so to remove yung air filter box, you need a screwdriver. A Phillips screwdriver.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
So you can take it off. It'll pop off naman. Kagad. So while we're at it, check natin yung condition ng air filter. The stuff looks okay pa. Although I have a replacement prepared. Okay, so this was the old air filter box that I chopped up and took off the bike. Ito yung pampaingay mods ko. Okay, this is for you to kind of see how it looks. By the way guys, another tip lang pagka ganito, ingatan niyo yung tank. Huwag niyo siya i-twist ng mabilisan or to aggressively move it about kasi baka matanggal yung fuel lines from the tank going to wherever. So ingatan niyo lang siya, baka matanggal. If we're gonna reuse the old air filter, mukha naman siya okay. So, hindi natin muna siya papalitan. But this one, I think should go right in. So, just drop it in. Oops. Mali pa natin pwesto natin, pare. Yun. Kabit na natin air filter. Cover natin. There we go. Alright. I'm gonna screw this back on. Put everything back together. Tapos, sound check tayo. For comparison, balikan natin yung isang video ko to hear what the SC project sounds like or sounded like with itong butas na air filter box natin. Alright, so ito share ko lang, good practice din to. When you're putting screws back on, it's best you kind of do them, you put them back in diagonally pagka naghigpit ka, like start there, then here, there, then there. Kung paano ma-order, basta wag yung dito, then ganun. No, para mas lapat siya from both ends. Okay? Para naiinis ako doon sa screwdriver kanina na ginagamit ko. And I suddenly remembered na these screws have a hex head on them. So we're gonna use this. Okay, mas madali siya. It's oh man, di kita sa video. Yeah, whatever. It's an 8mm head. So we're just gonna, you know, go ahead and tighten these up. See how it sounds. See what's the difference. This is a lot quieter than what what it was previously. But this is expected kasi ang laki pala na kino-contribute ni noise nung butas na air filter box natin. So I think it's kind of okay. So a lot of you might be asking, bakit ko nga ba binalik yung air filter box na stock? Well, one is I wanted to correct yung operating parameters ng bike. And since stock naman siya, stock everything, I figured na putting the stock air filter box back on would help in, ibalik yung needed pressure ng hangin for it to be able to move efficiently into the engine. Again, look it up, Bernoulli's principle. Wikipedia could say it and explain it to you far better than I can. And then, gusto ko lang din medyo ma-remove yung parang grunt ng tunog niya kasi medyo aggressive na nga yung tunog ng pipe natin. And then, butas pa yung air filter box. So, parang diba, doble-doble ingay. So, gusto ko man ng maingay na bike. I don't want it to be that obnoxiously loud. So, I decided on putting the air filter box back on. So, let's see how it sounds like. Check natin yung RPMs muna. Nope, hindi pa siya nag-stabilize. So, let's give it maybe a minute more. Pero, yeah, I think I kind of like the sound better right now. Sa mga medyo matalas dyan, if you're astute and ginawa mo yung mga mods na yung katulad ginawa ko, you would notice that at the time, itong throttle natin, madaling i-twist. Partly, that's ngayon medyo humigpit na ulit. Partly, that's because yung hangin, yung air resistance going into the engine and pushing against the throttle plates, mas mababa kapag putas yung air filter box mo. Which is why, pag putas yung air filter box mo, wala kang air filter box at all, some of you might find na yung throttle madaling i-twist. That's because there's less air pressure pushing against yung throttle plate mo. That alone, demonstrates yung Bernoulli's principle. Alright. And then, yeah, I think it's okay. It sounds good. It sounds okay. And by the way, for those interested, my silencer po tayo sa loob. I don't want this to be obnoxiously loud as I've mentioned to you. So, yeah, it's good. Kaya natin. Okay mga repa, sana nag-enjoy kayo dun sa maigsing video natin. But it's a good bike. It's a great bike. Kung may R15 V2 ka, pare at nanonood ka ng channel ko, alagaan mo yung motor mo. Sa kanila nakasaka yung buhay natin quite literally. So alagaan natin sila. Tulad na lagi ko sinasabi sa mga repa, ride safe. Sige lang na sige. Keep yourself healthy out there. And I will see you soon on the next episode.